everybody, Joseph Rothschild here, aka MBT, back with another episode of One Take Testing, the show in which I overview a deck, try to give you an idea of how it will be played, and give you my thoughts all in one singular take. And we're currently on take number 1, so if this is the one you're watching on YouTube, we were successful. Though I don't think that's very likely. Let's jump into the deck, and I'll show you what we're playing today. Today we have Synchro Eldlich. That's right, the scourge of early 2020 has come home to roost once again. A couple of reasons we're playing this over other Eldlich builds. The first is that Eldlich is terrible right now. It is so bad. Oh my god, it is awful. However, one of the reasons why it is awful is that it doesn't have an explosive turn 1 open and no ability to close out games. That's something I learned firsthand at the Extravaganza, where I went 4-0-4. If I ever tie again, I am quitting Yu-Gi-Oh! And this is a deck that will not be tying. Your first turn, you aim to do an Auroradon combo. Now, this was something that I labbed up as part of a standalone deck, and then realized it could just be ported into pretty much any shell. You want to go into a Halka-Fibrax, into a Deskbot 001, and into a multitude of powerful Synchro bosses. Now, at the time I was playing, the list of powerful Synchro bosses was pretty short, and as a result, end boards usually ended on terrible cards. You were either making exactly Herald plus Borreload Savage, or you were making, like, Borreload Savage and a Draco Berserker, an Ignister Prominence. There just weren't very many good options. However, Chaotic Ruler the Magical Dragon Archfiend has come out in the last couple of years, and as a result, we will now be integrating that into our deck. The idea is, if we do our combo correctly, we can make 2 8s, one that negates, and one that bins Eldlich cards from our deck. So we'll have access to both a huge negator, a fantastic follow-up play in Auroradon, and all of the Eldlich line out of turn 1. Now that's in theory. In practice, I expect us to draw triple 001, triple Deep Sea Diva, and go X8. But hey, we're only playing against Edo Pro players, so how hard could it really be? I'll just walk you through the individual cards. We've got 2 Eldlich, 1 Mecha Phantom Beast Coltwing. This is the only really hard Garnet, but boy oh boy is it hard. 3 copies of Despot 003 summons a 001 from deck, 3 Ash Blossom Joy Spring, 3 Deep Sea Diva, 2 001, 3 Effect Veiler, 3 Pot of Prosperity, 1 Called by the Grave, 3 Forbidden Droplet, 3 Cursed Outland, 3 Infinite Impermanence, 3 Eldlixir of Scarlet Sanguine, 3 Conquistador of the Golden Land, 1 Imperial Order, and 3 Wakero. In the extra, we are on Chaos Ruler, the Chaotic Demonic Dragon. Wow, what did I call that earlier? The Archfiend of Chaos, and wow, I am way off. We're on Borreload Savage Dragon. We're on Adamancipator Risen Dragite. This is a spell and trap negator if you have a water monster in your grave, which you always will, either through Deep Sea Diva or Crystron Halka-Fibrax. This card is fantastic if you are playing against a deck that is playing a lot of spell traps. Sometimes your alternative options are not great. Omega's a great generic 8 to go into if you already have everything, and you can make him off of some of the alternative lines. Cyber's Quantum Dragon is a 7. You make a 7 over the course of your combo and can stop there if desired. If we're going second, this is a great way to get an OTK through. Shooting Riser Dragon is integral to the combo, as is Crystron Condex. We're also playing a Gustav Max. I am not kidding. I'm not going into time. We've got an Access Code Talker, a Soldier of Chaos, a Unicorn, and a Auroradon, a Phoenix, a Halka-Fibrax, and a Link Spider. Extra deck space is pretty malleable. It's not super tight, and as a result, if you are super greedy, you could put in a second Halka, a second Auroradon, and try and do it twice. I just don't think that's realistic. All right, so without any further ado, let's jump into EU Central Casual, and come on, Europeans, join some fucking rooms. Password's going to be MBT, first person in. Let's see who it's going to be. Helios the Helios. Let's make it happen. So the first thing you want to do upon getting in a game in Edo Pro, of course, is make sure that Mute Opponents and Mute Spectators button is on. I don't want to hear anything from any opponent or any of the peanut gallery. That's why I've got you all muted. We're going to go for Paper Strat here. Oh, we should have gone for Scissors Strat. We'll go for Scissors Strat now. Ah, this is the old Sungus Sniper Rooney. Okay, let's go for it one more time.
A little bit of lag followed by a lost RPS. How could that have happened?
All right, looks like we're going second, which is devastating because look at that. We opened the combo, although we do have 2 Deep Sea Diva, which is a little bit of a problem. Deep Sea Diva is actually the only 2 we are playing in this deck, and as a result, we wouldn't have been able to send off of Shooting Riser Dragon to make it the correct level. Looks like my opponent's just going to set 3 and pass. Jeez, what a boring turn. Set 5 and pass. All right, well, let's begin with Cursed Eldland. Cursed Eldland's a great way to test for back row. It's a really spicy negate target. All right, if they don't negate it, we can activate the effect to get ourselves a copy of Eldlich to the hand. Then we can discard the Eldlich to pop one of these back row. It's like a really whack MST, but also maybe lethal. Let's go for it. I'm going to pitch the Conquistador. We'll go for the one closest to the deck. The one closest to the deck is always the most powerful. And wow, that was pretty close. Holy guacamole. All right, let's go for a pot next. This is another spicy negate. We're going to go for 6. Just thinking about what we're not going to use here. The Omega for sure. The Shooting Riser is useless. The Gustav Max is terrible. We're probably never making Soldier of Chaos. I don't like Nightmare Phoenix, and Link Spider is too funny to see play. The third Diva. Yeah, that's what I wanted. Wow, a bunch of bad ones. Holy guacamole. Well, at least we can put the Colt Wing at the very bottom. I think I actually want the Wakero here, as silly as that sounds. Well, you know, I guess let's go for it. We're going to normal a Deep Sea Diva and see what happens. If they negate it, we can always try again next turn. Okay, it resolved. Well, la-dee-da. So we can do a little bit here. Or nothing at all. Dragma Punishment targeting my Deep Sea Diva. I think we're fine. They have to send an Entis here. App Cologne instead. Okay, well, that's still a sick called by the grave target. I don't want the shit all line getting online. They can't even chain Schism here because they don't have 2 monsters. Yeah, get it out of here. Okay, next up we're going to activate the effect of our Lichen Graveyard. We're going to send this Cursed Eldland. See what they do. Fantastic. What they have elected to do is nothing. We'll go for the Eldlich, the Golden Lord here, and trigger the effect of the Cursed Eldland in Graveyard as well. We already have a Conch, so we should send a Hawk here for sure. Since we have 2 monsters on our side of the field, and one of them is a tuner, despite my opponent's best efforts, we can here go into Crystron Halka Fibrax and use that to get a 0/0/1. Cool. Next, we're going to make an Auroradon, and I, again, can't believe that this card is legal. Ooh, my opponent's thinking they might have something at Resolution. Can't be the 3rd punishment, can it? If it is, we are way ahead. All right, Dawn time. We're going to trigger Auroradon here. Ooh, wow, and it actually resolved. That's huge. All right, we'll get all 3 tokens, and because 2 machines were summoned to my board at the same time, we can activate the effect of the 0/0/1 in Graveyard. The 0/0/1's also a big boy. There's a scenario in which we just Auroradon for 1, pop their monster, and get in for a fair amount of damage, but I think I do want to pop off a little. So we can go 3/3/1 for the Quantum Dragon, and then... No, that's bad. Let's just make the Condanks. So we'll go for Condanks here. They're still thinking. All right, now let's get that Colt Wing out of our deck. We're going to activate the effect of Auroradon, popping our 2 monsters. That's going to summon Colt Wing, and then Colt Wing is going to summon 2 more tokens to our side of the field. Because 2 machine monsters were summoned simultaneously, we can trigger the effect of the 0/0/1 in Graveyard again, and this is kind of the interaction that's the backbone of this strategy. I'm considering just going to combat. Like, this is a ton of damage. Okay, so we can make a 7 here. Quantum Dragon like this. So because I control a Link monster, now everything except for Quantum Dragon can't be targeted by a monster effect, which could come up. Next, we will summon... We could go Borreload Savage or Dragite. Either of those sounds really good. I think I'm going to go for the Dragite, because the Savage needs 1 more... Gives my opponent exactly 1 opportunity to interact with me. Okay. Feeling pretty good about this. This trades with one of my opponent's set back row. This is going to trade with their monster, and we're going to do If not lethal, very darn close to it here. They are thinking. Sinister Shadow Games. Yeah, that is absolutely Drakeiteable. You come into my house to play Shadow? Or we'll go to the battle phase, and likely this is a Shadow monster, so we'll attack with the Quantum Dragon. And then before that monster flips up, we'll activate the effect of Quantum Dragon, puts that monster back in the hand, and enables us to attack again. After that attack's done, we'll get in with the Auroradon, and we'll get in with the Dragite. Now our opponent has one monster and one spell trap into a live Dragite and a bunch of monsters that are going to make their life hell next turn. And what's more, they're going to have to do it through Wakero versus Shadow. Feeling pretty good about this one. We'll set one card and proceed to end step. At end step, we'll trigger the effect of both the Conquistador and the Wakero in order to get ourselves a copy of Scarlet Sanguine twice. It's possible you could play like White Destiny in this build. Because you're on Chaos Dragon Magical Man, you do mill a lot, and it would be nice to have extra names, but the card is just so bricky, I don't want to have to deal with it. Oh, they're thinking. They are thinking. Think all you want, fool. I don't think you're going to have too much to think about for much longer. Reshadal Wendy. That is absolutely fine with me. Battle phase. You're going to attack over the token? Attacking into the Quantum. I suppose I'll trigger the effect of Quantum here. Put that card back in the hand. The only thing that could get them out of this is an El-Shadal fusion, and that can be negated by the Dragite. At end step, I am going to Scarlet Sanguine. At least we should get a copy of Eldlich onto our side of the field. And now it's time to reveal the pièce de résistance. Did you know this, folks? Auroradon has another effect. I'll activate Auroradon, sending 1 to non-targeting destroy a card on the field. Broken! And with that, we are... Shit! Wait, that's the opposite of broken. Just kidding, they have nothing in their graveyard. We will get in for a well-deserved lethal. Don't you ever bring Shadow back in here again. Woo! So here's the deck. I feel really good about it. It really sucks that there is a hard Garnet in Mecha Phantom Beast Coltwing, and I don't feel good enough to go up to 2 of this card because it is so absolutely bad. But even if you have to end on, like, 001 token, there's still lines you can do that aren't the worst thing in the world. Like, shooting Riser Dragon, don't send a monster from your deck to the graveyard, and on Borreload Savage is still decent. All in all, I really like how this deck plays. I like how it looks. It has lines going first and second because Shock and Awe, the synchro monsters available to individuals going first and going second, are both extremely powerful. I love the interactions within it, I love the speed at which it plays, and it resolves a lot of the problems that Eldlich has in the current metagame, namely, actually having to rely on Eldlich in any sort of meaningful capacity. I would recommend checking this deck out. I think that it still has legs. And finally, if you are playing Drytron, please send me your home address so I can come there and beat you up. Chat, you were very well behaved, and for that, I will turn off emote-only chat for the next 10 seconds. Whatever you want in the video, you can say right now. Okay, I can see I've made a mistake. See you in the next one.